Okay. Just hoping for better.
So you roll to start hacking into this thing, and you can clearly see that the sensors are online and all that stuff. Blah 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 blah. You're trying to hack into it, but your initial attempt to hack, which would be literally just to trick the scanners themselves, they seem to have a rather secure way about them. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art human research facility. It's reason to believe that they probably have new software to stop this kind of stuff from happening easily, and you're not accustomed to their new software yet. Another option that you kind of like go through this, it doesn't work. You're like, I don't know, maybe instead of doing this, I can hack away the power to the system. But that was at least your first attempt at this is not working. It's now your turn, Ollie.
Okay, so actually, now I've now realized, seeing him do that, looking up at the vehicle and hacking away, I would say something. I would just say, cameras. Like, essentially trying to say, why are you hacking this? Hack the cameras. This was only a stop. And then we run to the thing. Now, when the people fan out more, which is the issue here, that there's people. But then I will contact the comm on Winnie's, and I'll do the same thing that I did with Caddles earlier. And I changed her to, I actually changed her to red alert. Like, danger.
Okay. You guys actually have your helmets on, so you have your full HUD display, and you can see, literally, your HUD, Winnie, goes to, a flash of red before kind of, opaquing out, so it's just barely red, affecting your sight.
I thought we agreed we weren't going to use red, because it's distracting.
That's in the ship.
Yeah.
This is also distracting.
What was it? What was up? It was pink alert. So now we're at pink alert.
Does my HUD light up red?
Oh.
Cracks, I think they're in danger.
He just, over the entire thing, distraction?
Yes.
He drops the demo charges and grenades and starts running towards the building.
Also,
the building that you're running towards is a good distance away. It'll take you a bit to get there, just so you're aware. You were asking a question, Aaron.
Yes, would I have had time to set up my full sniper setup with the cooling system and everything? You said that would take a minute.
Make me a skill check, intelligence, sniper rifle. Is this a modification thing? Do you get the +1 or what's the Quarian ability?
I don't think so. Not for this.
What does it say that it applies to? Is it scavenging?
Hold on. Sorry. +1, trying to modify, repair, salvage.
I would consider that a modification. You're applying an attachment to it, so you get that +1.
I'm sorry. Sniper intelligence, you said?
Yes, ma'am. Skill. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Jesus Christ. Okay, so literally as you finish throwing this thing on, and as you flick the switch, your thing turns red, and then a moment later, after red alert, I thought that was supposed to be distracting. It quickly flicks over to pink. And then you guys have whatever words you say to one another, but it's literally because it happened so conveniently at that moment. It was almost one of those, you thought you triggered it somehow, but then obviously again, you quickly becomes aware. It is, the cooling is starting to pump through your gun. It literally doubles your ammo. So you go from 2 shots to 4 shots before it overheats.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But your gun is effectively stationary now. So.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm ready to provide you cover from this area. Cracks is going to come in now. So.
Yeah, Cracks, he only dropped the demo charges. So he has the grenade and everything, and he's just sprinting towards the building.
Okay. So he's sprinting. It's going to take him a bit
of time to get
there.
initiative.
Yeah, you guys can add into it.
Okay.
Oh, let me select my token first. Before I screw that up.
I've been so bad at that lately.
Frag, I also have a 2, but the tie goes to the PC. Cool.
I was going to say, that's pretty stereotypical. He probably got stuck in the little crag that they were in.
He's got a long way to run.
Oh, yeah. He has a very long way to run.
So Ollie,
he says he's a bit slow.
Your turn triggers theirs. As you had said, Aaron, everything's kind of set up or whatever. Mm-hmm. You have to spend this turn making me a perception check.
Okay. Wisdom.
Or intelligence, because you're running like your scan. It's either one of those two. Okay, so you're looking over in that direction. You're able to kind of like fan out, looking over in the air where it was that they had kind of described before. And you're like, okay, I see the port from this angle. I can now see the carport that they were referring to. Oh, there's a random car that stopped there. Okay, there's 3 people fanned out. No, 3 people fanned out around there. Okay, cool. And you can kind of like, if you want to, get a bead on one of them. Aim at the vehicle if you wanted to. If it dent it, it probably wouldn't. You're not, one shot's not going to go through a fuking Mako. Best case scenario, it's going to scratch or dent it, right? However, you can kind of like line up and aim at that thing right there if you wanted to.
I will, but I'm not gonna shoot anything.
Yep, no, you won't be able to this turn yet. Anyways,
Okay.
I have to ask you a question, Aaron.
Of course.
Are you going to stay on alert and wait for somebody to be like, now? Or are you going to start aiming at one thing and spend a whole minute aiming at it?
I know I'm not gonna. I'll start aiming, I guess, and then, but if I'm told to shoot something, I'll shoot something else.
What's your
How's that
plan
work?
to aim on?
The vehicle.
The vehicle? So you're going to try to like aim at the vehicle. What part of the vehicle you're going to aim at?
Whatever part I think will make it stop moving. So, engine of some sort.
So then you're gonna have to burn one
Sci-Fi
more.
shit.
You're gonna have to burn one more turn to run a quick scan to decide the best spot. But that's fine. We'll get to that next turn. So Crack starts running. The two of you guys. Excuse me. We're not gonna do this round by round. It'll be too slow because both of them are literally about to do 1 minute long things. So just assume that you have a lot more maneuverability here than you do in a typical round, right? So who's on first? So the humans are kind of like fanning out and looking around and trying to find what it was that was happening. You haven't done anything to really get their trigger yet, so nobody's like looking under the vehicle, but they are fanning out and trying to search. It is clear that they're searching for you, though. It's made very evident when one guy kind of goes to the corner of a building and like literally jumps around it, aiming his gun, and another one is looking underneath a bit of metal that has fallen to the side. They're clearly looking underneath it with their gun in front of them and lights turned on. So it's very clear they're looking for you. Cattle, what do you want to do with your time?
First things first, I'm gonna just quietly whisper like, yeah, you're right. I will send a quick message to Winnie. Winnie, they're aware that something is here. If they make any hostile moves, shoot. And then I'm gonna stop hacking the vehicle. I'm gonna start hacking the cameras.
Okay, for the base. And now obviously you probably can't get all of the cameras, but you know where your focus is, and you can do that, or at least you could try to. So roll for me your decryption check to kind of like hack those cameras and put a loop on them. That was your plan, right? A loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, 7's actually fine.
Yeah. Are you fine with your 7?
Yeah, but then all of you are rolling 15s and 13s every time.
This is a new scene.
No, it is a new scene, but I have to say failure before he says that he says whether or not he wants to reroll. So,
I did not expect that to succeed.
No. So I will tell you though that so you're hacking at the cameras and whatnot, and the thing is you're able to start pulling. So it's not a matter of like complete failure. What it is you're hacking into the cameras and you set up a feed and you're recording like what they're currently seeing and whatnot. However, like as you start recording, you like hit record, and it's literally right as the fucking guy kind of like leans into the frame from where he's standing there smoking a cigarette, and then like leans back out. You're like, God damn it! Press record, and he does it again. Like, are you kidding me? You want a clean image, and every time you hit record, it's literally just a matter of your timing. Is this fucker that's over there? You wish when he was just shooting the leg to get him out of your way, is kind of like ruining your clean image of one of the cameras, having you to restart the whole thing over. That's the reason why you fail, is literally just timing. Do you want to use your ability, or are you going to save that?
I'll use it for when we're about to get murdered.
Okay, cool. So that's fine. You spend some time doing that. What do you spend some time doing, Entourage?
I imagine I was on my back. I roll over. I face the building. I then get in as much of a start-up run position as I can, and I start taking in, like, the door, what's behind the door, the room, basically the preparing for the dash and seeing everything so where I can dash quickly and hide when we get over there. So I'm basically preparing for that.
So because all you're doing is straight scanning for a long period of time, roll for me a perception with a +2. Intelligence or wisdom. Because you're spending effectively 5 rounds just scanning.
Yeah.
You see one
Holy
very annoying
shit!
fucker messing up Callum's camera feed.
I see that. I see him doing that, and Monterey, if you look at her, she is smiling. She finds that pretty funny.
I was also joking about the rolling at 15, but go ahead.
Jesus Christ! So you notice everything. As a matter of fact, you notice the fluctuations of the ground and whatnot. Because you rolled a critical success, I will say so much as this: even if he fucks up the camera bit, you think you found a spot where you'd be able to kind of like be on the outer rim of 2 different camera frames, so they will see something move through there, but not necessarily what it was. So even if there is a mistake, you think that you found a spot for him to go through there. And so you kind of like plan it all out perfectly how you're going to sprint. Assuming you can transfer this information to him cleanly, you're going to give you a +2 and him a +2 to your checks to actually dash through the area, whatever checks you eventually do. Moving on. Winnie, I just need you to make for me a electronics or lore intelligence check. Lore is a lower DC. Electronics is higher, but both of them work.
All right, we'll do electronics.
Do you roll 3d6 on electronics?
No,
it's decryption.
I don't believe so. No,
it's decryption. So you're kind of like looking at this thing, and it's like you're running your scans. Where do you think is the best spot to shoot it?
where do I think is wherever the engine would be with this vehicle. I don't even know what kind of vehicle it is.
It's a Mako.
Sci-Fi
a
world.
Mako is a Mako. Well, you've played Mass Effect 1 and you've seen Mass Effect 1 get played before. A Mako is a giant armored all-terrain vehicle that's it's literally made to handle almost every terrestrial and outer atmosphere terrain that is feasible. It has its own self-contained atmo, pressure, gravity, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So
totally remember that thing from 10 years ago. Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. You have to, because it made everybody angry. It was literally the worst part of the game. So the car, the only car that exists in Mass Effect, you look at where you believe the engine is based off of the style, the mechanics, and so on and so forth.
Sure.
Not true. Rockwell and Carmine had the time in an old sports car.
That was a seasonal thing. That wasn't a
sure.
video game. All right, so you plan out your shot. Fast forward 5 rounds. You've got a pretty solid bead on it. You're like constantly making these little alterations to your shot, making sure that you have the correct amount of force behind the actual hit you want to do. Cracks, you're running. Okay, that's your turn. You can either accept the running, or you can gamble with an exert strength check or an exert constitution check.
Gamble.
I was gonna say he's gonna do it. He's gonna
strength
gamble.
or con?
Yeah.
Listen, I have to bait my PCs.
Obviously, strength.
You do.
Do I get a plus?
You have your strength, which is already a plus.
Could I get a +2 because I have a +2 on that dex?
You can get a cattle roll. That's going to be a -4 for asking.
Ah.
You don't want to try too hard.
Jesus Christ.
Even while we're fucking up, we're doing okay.
Even
No.
this
Speak for yourself.
this run was supposed to be a minute. You close 3/4 of the run in your half a minute. Okay, so you like hoof it. You're actually moving faster than any Krogan has ever moved before, right? like you're moving at the speed of a Krogan caught in an explosion. Like, you're fast. So your legs are pumping, making your way there. The humans are really searching out and trying to find things. They've already reached kind of like as far out as they're going to search. And now they've turned around and they're heading back to the vehicle itself. And then heading back to the vehicle, they're once again kind of like searching again, new areas, bringing their way back to the vehicle. Okay? This brings us to cattle. Try again.
Yay!
Hey.
Finally, I get to do
Wow.
something.
Oh.
I too am participating today.
So using kind of like a quick video editing software, because that fucker is right there. You literally just do like a record, stop, record, stop, record, stop, record, stop. Splash those things together, fiddle with the number that's displayed on the bottom to make sure it is clean footage. Like fuck this guy leaning into the frame. I've got this. You set up a perfect loop over there, whatnot, to do this. But with your critical success that you did there, because we've had 2 in this scene so far, with your critical success, you're actually even able to go one thing further. You know from your lore and everything that you have, and especially about yourself, that different races read different on the IR scanners. And you know that humans' IR scanners are meant to look for humans and give them like a green light, everything else a yellow or red light. You actually expand the parameters of the IR scanner to give a green light to the typical temperature of a Solarian and a Asari, so that your body temperatures are seen as normal, and it will trigger 0 alarms or pull cameras' attention to them or anything like that whatsoever. So beautiful roll on that one there.
All right. After I'm done with my hacking, I will get ready and get ready to run a marathon apparently, and I will just quickly pass along to Entree. Their IR won't see us. Are we good to go?
Good. Follow me.
Okay,
And
so
then-
Entree, it is your turn. You're of course
Yeah.
able to hoof it and whatnot
Yeah.
if you'd like. Now you
Yeah.
look over at your buddy there, and
Yeah.
you look at where he needs to go,
Yeah.
and you know that he's not the quickest on his feet.
Yeah.
But you are able to see, with that amazing perception before, a straight
Yeah.
shot of how to
Yeah.
get him where he needs to go.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
do?
I say follow me and I run.
Okay, so
I follow.
you're just gonna book it and run.
Gonna be a line. Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to make.
Considering sound would get us revealed, and I can't really display this through text easily.
So you're able to choose.
No, it's fine. I just follow. I have a lovely view.
You're able to choose stealth or exert. Stealth is intelligence, exert is dexterity, same rolls as we did before, with the +2 that I said you provide for you guys.
I'm gonna do stealth. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
do
better
stealth.
with intelligence anyway, so.
So no,
Wait, what
he's
were the
not.
rolls?
Rick is not rolling yet. It's just all.
Okay.
I assumed it would be whatever I do is the same thing he does. So.
We'll get back to
Also,
him
it's
in a
fine
moment.
for me because I exert is bad and dex is bad. So,
Does that include your +2?
I mean, it should. I only see 1 dice that fell. Yep. There's a 3 and a 2.
Okay, cool. So all of a sudden, you kind of kick up and start running as fast as you can to get over in that direction. And as you run, like dodging from side to stay out of the sight of the people over there, the guy that's like smoking, the people that seem to be distracted. At the end of your run, like as you finally get to the facility where you feel as though you're perfectly safe, completely in view of camera, IR scanners, and everything, but fully trusting Cattle's ability, you're out of view of them. However, one of them did kind of like lean up off the wall and like look in that direction, like. You know, sometimes like you think you see a shadow out of the corner of your eye, like while you're sitting at your desk, like one of those kind of reactions, and like looks over at his friends, like, and like his friend doesn't react, so he's kind of like on alert because he's kind of like got the heebie-jeebies at the moment, but kind of goes back to what he's doing before, but has that like I'm on alert and looking in that direction.
Okay, I equip my stun baton.
We're gonna
Spark it up for next turn.
We're gonna whip it around to Winnie's turn. Winnie, you've got your bead completely locked on. When it comes back to you again, you're gonna be able to make a skill check instead of an attack roll if you need to on that vehicle. You're just waiting for the words.
Sounds good.
And now the words.
I will communicate that via comms. By the way, if I can.
Awesome. You can. Anything specific you want to say?
No, just say I have a lock on the vehicle.
Perfect.
Let me know.
You guys obviously know with that amount of time that she's had, if she's saying this now, you know that she's like really worked calibrations. Now the words I don't want to say. Cracks. You're hoofing it and can clearly get there.
This
This
is why
turn.
I wasn't worried about them seeing me.
What do you do, Cracks?
Is there like anybody on this side of the building, or is it just empty?
There are two people. So there's as I was saying beforehand, there's the car bay where all of them kind of pull into and park at their like little dock.
Oh, is it open?
That is an open.
I ran into the
but
bay.
that's not where anybody is because you don't know that that Entourage is in.
Oh,
there.
I meant like people.
There
Like
are two people on the very, very rim of it, like leaning against a wall and talking. Then a good distance from there, like a few, about 100 meters or so from there, there is a car that's parked with three humans. That's kind of like where you knew your friends were closer to, with three humans making their way back to the car, almost to the Mako that's over there, off to the side. You don't know where Cattle or Entourage are.
Pete doesn't care. This is Operation Checkers. And he's going to get kinged. So he actually.
Please make it Operation Checkmate.
Well, no, it's Checkers. He understands Checkers at least.
Yes.
So he actually all his weapons and everything. He has a Bandolore obviously on, but his weapons are obviously on their hard and light points, and he starts running towards the people, raises an arm. Hey guys.
Okay, so he's literally like Krogan hoofing it in, which takes about half of your...
Are you running to the car or the bay?
To the bay. To the two guys at the bay.
No, Frank,
Because
remember,
they're the closest.
what I'm saying is your turn right now is technically 5 turns, so you spend half of that 5 turns hoofing it to kind of get over there to them, and then like literally waving around like, hey guys, and you clearly get their attention as all 3 of them whip around. 2 of them immediately jump, duck down behind cover, throw their weapon up on like whatever it is that they can like post it on, and take aim at you. One of the other ones goes around, just falls to a knee, and like aims up at where you are. He didn't even move to get to cover because he was too far from it. And all of them have their weapons aimed at you as you're jumping.
Oh, he just like puts his other hand up now.
Okay.
And he starts like slowing down a bit.
They are looking at you, confused for a second. And then one of them says, do me a favor, Frank, with a exert constitution, because you're a Krogan, take a plus 3 on this one. Wow, Jesus Christ. I don't even need, I can give you a minus 10 and you'll still succeed. So, you aren't winded even in the slightest. That was literally just because you have 4 lungs. I was just seeing if you were slightly out of breath for the purpose of RP and whatnot, and trying to the way you're going to handle them. You were literally as though you just stepped around the corner and you've been resting the whole time. Like you just kind of like, it was nice to actually get out of the ship, not winded at all. Okay, so no cramps, nothing. So as you kind of approach, and like, hey, oh, and I threw your hand up.
Whoa.
He one of the guys sees that it's you, and you can see he kind of like presses on his device, and he's having a conversation with them. He's trying to keep quiet so you can't really hear what's happening. Cattle and Frank, both of you guys roll me perception wisdom, because you're both close enough to hear.
I had my one good roll of the session.
8.
You're focused. You see that this is a distraction. You're happy, but you're trying to bring your focus forward to where it is that you're going. You can witness everything that I just described, or you're not going to hear the words they're saying. Frank, you don't hear all the words with perfect clarity, but you can clearly tell that he's checking with them. Like he's like, and this is the one that we heard about. So they're supposed to be. But what about? And then like that, all of a sudden he stands up, and again you got broken just because you couldn't hear every word he was saying. He stands up and he's like, "Hey, your name is," like kind of like waits for you to fill it in.
Crag.
Yeah, we heard that you were here, that your ship was stationed, had landed here yesterday. What are you doing here? And he like says, gesturing around the
He very like non-threateningly like pats the gun, not anywhere near the trigger, like on the tip of the barrel. It's like, I heard you guys had some large fauna here, and well, as the barkeep, I'm a hunter. He's shit at giving advice, by the way.
Roll me a persuasion charisma check, but actually this is really fucking easily believable. I'm gonna give you a +2 on this one. Because literally scenario, and you'll get to why in a moment.
Wait, where's persuasion? I can't find it.
Under P.
I mean, it makes sense for Krogan to look for things to fight.
It's even one step beyond that, but we'll get to it in a moment.
Do we have a persuasion? I have
talk.
perception,
Talk. Under
talk.
T. Talk.
Aha.
Talk.
Aha.
Hey.
So +2.
Si, senor.
What attribute? Sorry,
Charisma.
I was looking for it.
No, under T for talk.
Not strength?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Idiot.
Can we give Rick a luck transfusion from Frank?
Oh my god. You know what? You have rolled
3
4
crits in a row.
crits in this scene. If you guys roll one more crit in the scene, I'm gonna add 4 dice to the party pool of luck. One more crit in the scene, you guys get 4 dice to that party pool.
I'm okay with that.
Good luck, other people.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that's crazy. All right, so when you say that, immediately he's like, oh, okay. And he like lowers his weapon and he like gestures to the other people to calm down. And he comes walking over to you, attaching the weapon to the back of his uniform. He comes walking over to you. He's like, our sensors had picked up something was moving in this area, and we had heard that there was activity in this area. Comms were picked up of people trying to sneak around or something. We weren't able to pick up all the details. It was a loose frequency. I imagine it's just you and your friends doing some hunting then.
He nods his head. Yes, you humans, you have hound dogs?
Hound. Hounds.
He nods his head. Yes, they were essentially flushing it out for us, or for me.
Oh, okay.
But we don't know what this stuff looks like. He actually brings up like his Omni tool with a bunch of large creatures, like a thresher mod. It's like,
whoa, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
And he like goes to the next image.
The most dangerous thing here is this large flying thing. It's kind of like I don't know how much you know about Earth history, but it's kind of like a pterodactyl, but it's mammalian is what they're telling me. It's like a monkey pterodactyl is kind of what they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, so that's the biggest, scariest thing around here. It'll tear you apart. It's, I don't know. You have to talk to one of the eggheads to know the details. Something about the way they eat you, they give birth to their kids or something. I don't know. But yeah. So if you're hunting, you actually want to go deep into the ruins. Now listen, I don't know if you're allowed to be out here. I honestly don't know, because I thought this is supposed to be just an alliance operation. But if you've got the go-ahead to be here, and you've got the go-ahead to be in there, and you're hunting those things, you got to pass by me. So listen, head down this road. You'll see a research group. Don't worry, that's fine. I'll radio to them that you're good. And just go deep into the facility. Start looking around. You'll be able to find all sorts of them. It's funny actually. They don't hunt based off of sight. They hunt based off of sound, and it's really interesting. When they hunt, the louder the noise, the harder a time they have hearing things. It's almost like, what's that called? Like static for them. They actually pick up subtle, quiet noises easier than loud noises. So you really want to, be quiet when you're traveling through there. That lures them out. And then, oh man, like, good luck to you on that one. Kill as many as possible. And like he'll actually hold out a hand to you, just be like shake your hand like he's having a bro moment.
Yeah, no, he
Cracks finally get a handshake.
shakes the guy's hand. It's like, finally. And like he tries and ushers the other guys over. It's like, yeah, it's
come over.
Look, I can actually tell you guys how to hunt one, and he just like pulls up like just a random monster creature. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, this is from over here, and he's just trying to draw all the guys in.
Rick, you're going to get the ever so rare +4 to your roll. Exert dexterity, stealth, intelligence. You get a +4, which borderline doesn't exist.
That makes up for all the minus
Oh my
fours you've
God,
been
he
giving
rolled
me in season
so
1.
well.
So you easily make your way over to Entourage. You guys are both hidden, no problem. The two that were over that were concerned about Entourage, that you saw that he was kind of, but he's so distracted by cracks. As a matter of fact, seeing such like a big conversation happening as you're sneaking over, the two of them kind of like have a quick talk, and I was like, no, and like actually goes and joins, like kind of like semi jogs, but tries to be cool about the fact that he's approaching and not. And kind of quickly, but try to play it off. Goes to join up, and actually he'll join the conversation with Cracks as well, talking about this stuff. And again, they've all got their stories like, oh, you should see this thing the way it swoops in, and oh, is that how you kill it? Ah, and like you actually have this like really cool moment where you're chatting with these soldiers about, and like literally that conversation leads into a conversation of other things that you fought beforehand, which inevitably leads to a conversation of fighting Taurians, because now you're talking about killing peoples. And then you guys are talking about like the different like stories you've heard or experiences you've had in fighting Taurians and ground-to-ground combat. And it's literally like this amazing moment where they're legitimately friendly with you, which completely lowers all guards to the other two, which we will get to after our break. So we will see everybody in just a couple of minutes. Go get a pee. Do what you got to do. Be right back.